Do not forget that you in the armed forces are the servants of the people. You do not make national policy. It is we, the civilians, who decide these issues, and it is your duty to carry out the task with which you are entrusted. Quaid-e-Azam to General Akbar Khan. 4 years later, in 1951, General Akbar Khan attempted a coup to oust the constitutional government of Pakistan. The first instance of a prototype of military courts in the country took place during the secret trials of the Rawalpindi conspiracy case of 1951. The case involved a general, army officers, and civilians known as the Rawalpindi conspiracy case. After the Tashkent Agreement, which General Ayub Khan signed, there was resentment among the public after the armed forces and the nation won the 1965 war against India in freeing parts of Kashmir. The agreement was seen as capitulation, which led to backlash and resulted in an oppressed Indian-occupied Kashmir. Ayub Khan introduced an amendment, Article 21D, which allowed civilians to be tried under the Army Act. Military courts were declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court of Pakistan in the case of Sheikh Liaquat Hussain and others versus Federation of Pakistan. However, they were legalized for 2 years by the government via the 21st Constitutional Amendment after the Army Public School massacre in December 2014. The 21st Amendment was followed by the 23rd Constitutional Amendment that further extended the tenure of utilization of military courts to try non-military personnel by 2 years, ending on 6th of January 2019. The trials in these courts are conducted under the Judge Advocate General branch of the Pakistan Army. The judges of the military court are neither required to have any legal qualification, nor are they independent from the military, which is why there is a 99% conviction rate in military courts. Pakistan is the only country in South Asia to conduct military courts to try civilians for non-military offenses. Military courts fall far short of national and international fair trial standards. The right to appeal to civilian courts is not available. The right to a public hearing is not guaranteed. A duly reasoned written judgment, including the essential findings, evidence, and legal reasoning, is denied. And the procedures of military courts, including the selection of cases to be referred to them, the location and timing of trial, and details about the alleged offenses are kept secret. After the May 9th event, which was a well-planned false flag operation, the police backed by the military launched a crackdown on Pakistan's largest political party, PTI, Pakistan Tahreek-e-Insaf, and arrested 10,000 party workers within hours of when peaceful protests started, revealing the pre-planned nature of the event. Over 100 civilians have been handed over to the military for their trial under the Army Act. Months after an illegal apprehension of peaceful protesters and placing civilians in military courts, an amendment was made to an outdated Official Secret Act to further misuse the courts against their own citizens. Specifically related to the peaceful protesters on May 9th, an amendment was made to a clause related to prohibited areas. It has been amended to state it is an offense if someone were to access, intrude, approach, or attack any military installation, office, camp office, or part of building. At present, the offense is restricted to such movement during the time of war only. However, the proposed legislation has expanded this to peacetime as well. Furthermore, the Army Act Amendment Bill adds further punishment that forbids anyone tried under military court from taking part in political activities for up to 5 years. Though Pakistan's President Arif Alvi at the time declared he did not sign this 2023 amendment into approval, yet it is currently being enacted. It is alarming to note that the Pakistani Army has stated its intentions to try civilians under military laws, possibly in military courts. Trying civilians in military courts is contrary to international law, said Amnesty International. Prisoners and their families are serving sentences before they are convicted, but cruelty and brutality continues.